They were this big. I mean, you could have crushed it, right? And a year later, I was back there on the road, and I went back, and they said, do you want to see the baby cloud leopard you fed? And they build these outdoor structures, these cages. So they're living outside, but they're in outdoor cages. So they bring me in the cage, right? And we're with a few people, and they're like, that's the one that you fed last year. And it's like, now it's like, it was this big when I fed him. Now it's probably like this big. Whoa. But it's lean. It's lean. Right. Like this big. Like bigger than any house cat you've ever seen, but like not like... You'd still think like, you know, it couldn't hurt you. So they tell you, whatever, they say, whatever you do, just don't turn your back to it. So I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, can this thing hurt me or not? Like, why are we in here? You know what I mean? And at one point I turned around, like we were going to walk out, I turned around. It swiped at me right here. I still have a mark for it. It swiped at me right here and sliced me and drew blood. It wasn't a deep cut or anything. It just like missed.
It only did it when you turned your back.
When I turned, I was like, oh my! It fucking did it. And it's just one line right here. It wasn't like I didn't need medical attention. Thank God, but it got me and it broke skin.
Deep predatory instinct.
Just turning around, and I was like, oh, motherfucker, I fed you last year.
Yeah, it's something that's not looking. Anything that's not looking, that's going to get it. Isn't that scary? Is that like built into its hard drive?
Dude, what about that lady that got her face ripped off by the chimp?
I was just reading about that.
Oh my God. They have a picture, I think, of it. And don't do it. Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, that's a terrible story, man.
That's horrific. Story. And like, I think they have like audio of it or something like where she's just like...
This is 911 audio.
Oh, God. Yeah. I mean, and those chimps, they like... dismember you. Like he ripped her entire face off.
Yeah, they try to ruin you. They try to bite your fingers off. They go for your genitals.
Yeah.
They tear your feet off.
That's that's a odd handbook for them. That's like,
well,
let me tear his feet off first.
I don't know who cripple you.
Yeah.
They're not even trying to kill you. They're trying to cripple you.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, they're smart.
Cripple you and then what?
Evil and smart. They're trying to ruin you.
Run up your bills?
No more fingers, bitch.
Just cripple you and walk away and be like, now live like that?
Yeah, they just want to hurt you. Oh. Like they don't have any morals. They're just these wild, intelligent things.
Why do they have a break point then? Why do they want to just
I don't know why they do that to people, but if they wanted to kill you, they could kill you really quick. They could just bash your head against the ground, you'd be dead in a second. But I don't think they want to kill you. I think they want to fucking hurt you. You know, they punish you. They have like, one of the more horrible stories was this guy had a chimp that he raised for a while, and then it got big and it became a bit of a problem, and he had to give it to a rescue center, and he would go back with his wife and they would visit the chimp. And one time he went back and he brought the chimp a cake because it was his birthday, and the other chimps were so angry that they didn't get cake.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
And someone fucked up and left one of the doors open, and the chimps got out. They figured out a way to get out. They opened the door, attacked the guy, and just tore him apart. Tore his hands off, tore his face off.
The guy who raised...
It wasn't him. It wasn't the chimp he raised that did that. It was the other chimps. So the other chimps were jealous that they didn't bring them, that he didn't bring them cakes too.
To bring cake for everybody.
They're evil. They can be evil. Like they don't care. It's not like a proportionate response to something.
No, so I think that's they overreact
a little bit. Yeah. But they're intelligent, but they're also like ruthless in this crazy way that is incomprehensible. Like the worst possible characteristics you could ever imagine happening in human beings are just common.
Yeah,
just common.
Wow,
with chimps, commonplace.
Man, that's another thing. Like explaining these deaths, like like to his family down the line. He's like, he brought an angel food cake to.
He didn't even kill him; it just tore him apart.
It didn't kill him?
No, he survived.
And then does he have a life after that, or what is?
How much? His face is gone. His hands are gone. His body's all fucked up. And they just tear you apart. They go for your dick.
I wonder how he feels about cake now. The guy.
They're probably doesn't. He's got a bit of a... Maybe I should have brought 4 cakes.
Yeah, he's probably a cookie guy only now.
Well,
I wouldn't look at cake. It's too traumatic. If he even has the eyeballs.
And it's not like,
I had a chimp. I saw a chimp bite somebody. I when I was little. Yeah, when I was little, we went to go. You familiar with like New York, like upstate, like what do they call it, Lake George and stuff like that?
Sure, I know.
We go like up there, and we. Like, or even the poker, like the Catskills.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So we would go up there, and I remember we were at this like little resort or whatever, and they had like entertainment. and they had like a daily show, and it happened every day, and we were there for a few days, so I would go to the show every day. It was in this little like cabaret theater, and this guy would come out, a cowboy in all sequins outfit, and he hosted the show. It was for kids. And there was all different acts, and he would bring them out. So he brings out one of the acts. He brings out the stage becomes a little ice skating rink, and the ice skating rink I'd say is maybe twice the size of this table. It's just for them to do like little twirls, and the guy comes out and he has a chimp dressed as a cowboy in ice skates. And he's dressed as a cowboy in ice skates. And they start skating together and he's holding the chimp, and they're twirling and everything. And then the chimp loses control, he lets go of the chimp flies off the stage, and the woman at a little cocktail table in the front, he landed on her and bit her right here as he landed. Bit her right here. And she was bleeding everywhere. She started screaming. She's like, it bit me.
Oh my God.
And she's screaming, and the guy didn't know what to do, and he got the chimp, and they got back onto the ice. And he was like, okay, and he took a chunk. You saw like a chunk of flesh out. Oh. I was like 8, and I was like, I couldn't believe like it was, and there was no one really there. There was like 15 people. The place was empty. It was like a weekday chimp ice skating show. No one wanted to see it. It was like at lunch, and it was all dark in there. Like it was all moody and everything.
Oh my God!
It was a surreal experience. And this guy just was like, all right, that's going to be the show for today. And the next day they did the show with the chimp.
The same girl?
No, the woman was a patron.
Patron.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know what happened.
Could you sue back then? Were there the suing days?
I mean...
Did you hear anything about it?
I was 8. I kept my ear to the streets, but nothing came over my desk. I mean, I had to imagine it was some type of lawsuit. I can't believe, though, that like
a chimp didn't get put down.
Yeah. Well, maybe it did.
Wow.
I don't know. It was wild, though.
They're starting to like clamp down on that. They're trying to pass laws in places
ice skating
saying
chimps?
you can't have chimps. Yeah,
ice skate or just
regular.
Right.
Can't have regular ones. Because like this lady in Connecticut just said like it was legal what she was doing. I think they've changed those laws though. You shouldn't be able to have them.
We can't wear shoes on a plane because one time, one guy failed at doing something with his shoes.
Right.
This lady gets her face ripped off to the skull. Still can have chimpanzees. Still can have them. It's not a big deal.
I don't know if you can anymore.
After her?
Yeah, I think they changed.
Oh, she was the woman that did it?
I think, well, there was those 2 different stories that were